Hi, I'm Tara Challenger and today I'm doing a what I spend in a week. So to give you some background, I'm 24 years old, I live in Sydney, Australia, and I actually still live at home. And I feel like that's really important to note because I don't pay rent, I don't usually pay for groceries, and I don't have to pay for utilities. Obviously, I know this is a major privilege that a lot of other people do not have, so I'm super grateful that I live at home and I don't actually have to pay rent for my parents. It's actually not very uncommon for people in Sydney specifically to live at home still. I have a lot of friends that still live at home. That's just because the rent prices here are absurdly high. It's not uncommon to find like a one-bedroom apartment for like $500 a week. So yeah, um, to give you some background and context into why I choose to stay at home. But pretty much everything else that I buy for myself, I pay with my own money. I am a social media content creator full time, so I do fund all of my own living expenses outside of rent and groceries. My sister and I share a car, so we both split the cost for that, and usually we just take turns with petrol and with servicing, we just split that in half. So hopping into like my overall expenses that are ongoing, I have an Adobe subscription which is $14.29 a month, so that equals $3.29 a week. I pretty much only pay for this Adobe subscription to get Photoshop, Lightroom, and then a website for my portfolio, which comes free with an Adobe subscription over like $10, I think. Oh my god, my ear's so blocked. I also share a Netflix subscription with my boyfriend's family and my family, so basically my boyfriend pays 50% for his family and then I pay 50% for my family. I make my sister pay 25% of the 50%, so I pay 25, she pays 25, and then my boyfriend pays 50. It's $204 a year, which ends up being $51 a year for me, which is about 98 cents a week. I also have a Spotify with my sister and her friends. I can't remember exactly how much this cost because we did it a while ago, but I think it ended up being $1 a week. So I'm gonna go with $1 a week. And with my phone bill, so literally up until a few months ago, I always paid for my own phone bill. It was like $30 a month for like 50 gigabytes. I was like on some discounted plan that I had found on Amasim, and because like I had been with them for ages, like it eventually just like kept that discount for months. But my dad was the one who suggested that we went on a family plan on his plan, so now he pays for my sister and my's phone bills, which is what I think the opposite of most families do. Like you normally start on the family plan and then you have to like start paying for your own stuff. Also to note, this week was a rare occurrence with public transport because in Sydney or New South Wales, they had free public transport. So it was the Easter holiday week slash weekend and they literally gave everyone free transport on like trains, buses, whatever, for 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah, so this was a rare occurrence, and I also didn't fill up petrol this week because my sister did it. I had filled up petrol like the 2 weeks before this week, and I normally spend like $20 to $70 on petrol depending on how much I drive. I also wanted to note I started this on a Wednesday because on the Monday and Tuesday I didn't spend any money, which is like not uncommon for me. I feel like it's more uncommon for me to spend money every day, which I did spend money every day this week. Just PSA. That's why we're starting on a Wednesday for this. I thought it wouldn't make sense for me to start on a day where I didn't spend money. So starting out on Wednesday the 20th of April, I had a meeting in the morning and I saw my friend Connor. He had messaged the group chat to see if anyone was in the city, so I was like, cool, I'm in the city. Like I just finished my meeting. It was actually like 2 hours after he sent the message, but he was still hanging around taking photos, so I walked from literally like Darlinghurst to ICC, and if you're from Sydney, it was a pretty far. It was nice. It was like really nice weather that day. Hey guys, I'm with Connor right now and we're gonna get lunch after we take some photos.
Got my shoe off.
Yeah.
We're having fun. I'm literally wet.
Yeah, it's hot today.
So-
He's wearing a big puffer.
Because I'm a fucking idiot.
We do it. We love it. Do it for the fashion.
Well, that's
We just wanted a quick and easy meal, so we went to Fishbowl in Darling Square and I got a salmon fishbowl salad thing, and that was $13.90.
Tastes great.
After eating, we just headed back to Town Hall and I was really thirsty and I wanted a juice, but I didn't want to pay like $8 from like Boost or something to get a drink, so I just went to Woolies and I got an orange juice with pulp, always with pulp, for $3.50. It was also 100% orange juice because that is the best. And then I just had to head home because I had babysitting that night. So the next day, Thursday the 21st of April, this was a really busy day for me. So my sister and I are actually starting a business, and if you follow me on Instagram you might have seen my announcement video, but we've been having workshops which came with like the package deal that we got with our investment. It was like kind of a competition that we entered. After our branding workshop in Paddington, I headed down the road. I actually drove, so I drove down the road to Portobello PR, and they had a Crocs customization event, and I met my best friend Elle there. And after that we went to One in Redfern, and oh my god, these bowls were so good. So we shared a wagyu and an unagi or eel bowl. It was also a really beautiful like little restaurant as well, and it totaled $52.73, so we split that, and I ended up paying $26.73 because I just paid it and then I got her to transfer me like $26. After that we took photos and then went to a milk makeup event, and I had half a cookie there, nothing crazy. And we hung out at Ella's house for a few hours before going to another event. We had so many events on. It was at Sinaloa in Double Bay. They had tacos and drinks, but there was like such a long queue, so I was just like, nah, I'm not waiting for that. But they had tacos going around, so I had 2 tacos which my friends got for me because I was like minding the table and I was like I wasn't expecting it, and they just like carry over the tacos for me. I was like, oh. But we ended up staying at the event for like 40 minutes and then headed across the road to the pub because there was just like too many people and like no one could get drinks. A bunch of us went over and I just got chips which were $10.17 with the surcharge, and they weren't that good, but they were good enough. On Friday the 22nd of April we had another business meeting in the morning, and it was like actually across the road from the Sinaloa that I was at the night before, which is like a little bit annoying, but it was fine. My sister and I drove in, so we drove in and then drove straight out, didn't buy anything. So I was just at home that day, and then that night I went to dinner with my boyfriend, so I met him in Town Hall. And it was cold, so we decided to go for Hot Pot, so we walked to Chinatown. We went to Spice World, but they had like an hour queue, so we just put our name on the list and then we went outside because they had the Chinatown night markets. And I've actually never eaten at these markets before, even though I've seen them so many times, but we had these skewers, and when I tell you that these were the best skewers that I have ever eaten, okay, maybe not ever eaten, but they were like so good. Good? Yeah. We got 6 skewers for $15 and we had 3 each. I would definitely recommend them. Like, it's a bit pricey, but so worth it. And then I got a notification that we were next in the queue for Spice World, so we headed back up there. And then we ended up waiting another like 20-25 minutes because like some table had paid, but then they kept sitting at their table, so like they had clicked the button too early for us to come back up. I feel like Hot Pot adds up, so it was pretty pricey. It ended up being $106.80, but we both used our Dine and Discover Service New South Wales vouchers. And if you're not from New South Wales, basically because of COVID, the government gave us a few $25 vouchers to like for eating and then like going places, for example like the cinemas or the zoo, something like that. So we both used our food vouchers, which are $25 each, which equaled $50 off, so the total came to $56.80. We were so full after the Hot Pot, but after for dessert we headed back outside, and when we had walked into the place I had seen that they had the Hawthorn like sugar glazed fruits that Anna Paul had on TikTok, and I've never seen them in real life, so I got really excited. I was like, after Hot Pot, I'm like, I am getting these. So I got one and it was $6. And I actually really enjoyed it. My boyfriend didn't like it and he like fully dropped half my strawberry on the floor, and I was like, you don't like it and you dropped half of mine. But it was fine. So I had that and I shared a little bit with him, but he wanted his own dessert, so he got this like condensed milk bun thing. I had a bite of it. I didn't really like it. It was a bit too sweet for my liking, but he liked it, so that was good, and that was $6 each. So my boyfriend and I usually take turns paying for places, but like the past few places we've been to have been like on the pricier sides, and we've taken turns for that. So this time we just like split it in half, and I transferred him $45 for my portion of the food because he paid for everything because it was just easier for one person to pay and then do like one transfer. But to be specific, like my food added up to $41.90, but I just rounded up. On Saturday the 23rd of April, this was finally like my one day off where I could just be at home, but I woke up with an ear infection. So I had to go to the doctor real quick in the morning before he closed and get a prescription for eardrops and antibiotics, and then I headed to Chemist Warehouse and got that. It ended up being $13.89, which honestly wasn't too bad. Okay, and then Sunday the 24th of April, I had to pick my cousin up from the airport with my mom. I went down because he's under 18. Someone had to collect him and sign him off, and my mom stayed in the car so we wouldn't have to pay for parking, because who's trying to pay like $20 for 30 minutes at the airport? Like, no thank you. And then on the way home, my mom wanted to try the Marrickville banh mi's in Darling Square. So once again, she stayed in the car and then I went down and bought them. So I bought 3 pork, 3 barbecue pork, which were $8 each, and then 1 crackling pork belly banh mi for $10. And I got them for my grandparents and my family. So the total was $58 for 7 banh mi's. And then Monday the 25th of April, this would normally be a no spend day for me, but I happened to see a recommended item pop up on Depop and I was like, wait, this is actually really cute. So I got this Esprit skirt and had like cord cinches on the side. And I've been looking for a cargo skirt for a while, but this one, it was actually like one that I really liked. So it was $30 plus $10 shipping. So I put in an offer for $20 plus the $10 shipping. And then the seller came back and was like, I could do $25 plus $10 shipping, so I ended up paying $35 for it. And I actually don't normally spend a lot on clothes, so this was like the first clothing item I've bought in a really long time. And then for the last day of what I spend in a week, on Tuesday the 26th of April, I got Harry Styles tickets in the pre-sale. It was so stressful and my sister had to help me because they had so many options. But I got Rear Mosh, which was $212.91. But I'm actually going to be selling this ticket because the day after this, on Wednesday, in the general sale, I tried again just to see if I could get better tickets, and I got a ticket for the front mosh on the second date they released. And it's also a collector's ticket, which I paid a bit more for, which I didn't really want to do because I don't need a collector's ticket. But I was also too scared that if I cancelled out of it, I would lose my ticket that I got. So I paid $233.30. It was only like $20 more, so it's fine. I'll include the price of the front mosh ticket that I'm actually going to use in this because I feel like that makes sense. I also just topped up my Opal for $10 in preparation for the next day. Hi, it's future me. I was editing this video and realized I completely forgot to add in a whole section. I went to the Ramadan night markets in Lakemba with my boyfriend. We started out by walking through a bit and then we came across the camel burgers, which are like really well known, I guess. So we queued for that. The line wasn't actually too long when we got there, but it was still like long enough. I think we waited probably like 15-20 minutes, but maybe 20 minutes. So in the meantime, I went and got chips on a stick. I got it for $7 and then I turned around and I saw a place selling them for $5 and I was like, $5. And then my boyfriend bought the camel burger and it was pretty whatever, but then the more you ate it, the better it got. And I was like, honestly, if it had more lettuce in it, I think I would have really liked it a lot more. And then after that, my boyfriend got a non-alcoholic sangria because obviously it was the Ramadan night markets, so there's no alcohol there, but he paid for that and he mainly drank it. I had a few sips. And then we walked to the end of the markets and we came across this martabak. It looks kind of random, but it was really yummy and it was nice and flaky and like layered. I don't know, I really enjoyed it, but I was really full after that and I was ready for dessert. And my boyfriend also paid for that. I can't remember how much it was probably like $15. And then we walked down again and my boyfriend got this dessert. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. I really liked it, but it was a bit too sweet for me and cottage cheese on top was like a really strong flavour. So I liked it, but I just couldn't eat too much of it. So I had like 3 bites and that was perfect for me, and then my boyfriend ate the rest. We queued for the famous yummy yummy kunefe. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but I queued for that, and then my boyfriend decided he wanted a lemonade, so he queued for that. I got 1 takeaway box, which was $10 I believe, and I paid in cash, so I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was $10 from memory. It was really sweet and oily. It was nice, like I'm really glad that we tried it, but I definitely couldn't eat more than 2 bites. But I feel like with the accumulation of like the 3 bites of the other thing, 2 bites of that, and a few sips of lemonade, it all added up. It was like a nice dessert. We only had a bit of the kunefe and then we just brought it back home. I also realized I didn't film the total amount of everything. So in total for subscriptions on Adobe, Netflix and Spotify, I spent $5.27 a week. And then for food, I spent $174.30. And then for like the other category, I had medicine for $13.89, clothes for $35, Harry Styles tickets for $233.30, and transport for $10. The total amount that I spent in that week was $471.76. I actually track all of my income and my expenses every single day, so I do know that this is actually like an unusually high spending week for me, but I also feel like that's just because I bought Harry Styles tickets, which was like half of that amount. But yeah, back to past me. So that's all for what I spent in a week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoy watching these videos, which is why I wanted to film it. If you have any videos that you want to see from me, let me know below. And feel free to check me out on Instagram and TikTok where I post a lot more regularly. If you enjoyed this, let me know down below. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video or on my other social media channels.